Hello, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot and rune reading for November 2024. So the first rune that came out for you is called Ansus, and it's coming out in this inverted position. So Ansus is the rune of the divine, and it can sort of represent losing the ability to communicate in a healthy way, especially with older family, older generations, or closed-minded people just not really understanding the decisions that you decide to make in your life. And this is coming out with Thorisaz, which is also in the inverted position. And Thorisaz is the rune, it's not going to focus, it's the rune of boundaries. When this comes out in the inverted position, there is definitely someone around you that you need to protect your energy from. You need to stop caring what closed-minded people think of your life and your life plans and your life goals. This is a time where you want to be very, very cautious and careful when it comes to who you are sharing your plans with and the timing that you are sharing your plans with them. Okay, you want to make sure that you are clear, you are established in what you're doing, and you're not sharing your precious ideas, plans, or goals before it's really set in stone with the wrong people. Okay, now it's one thing if you have like a partner, a best friend, a sibling that you trust immensely, and they're such a positive influence in their life. You could probably tell that person your every waking thought as soon as it pops up in your head, okay? But there are other people in your life who you need to act with a little bit more finesse around when it comes to sharing your more vulnerable self. And that vulnerability includes plans that have not yet taken off or really cemented themselves in your life. Like, for example, if you recently started talking to someone in a romantic light, maybe become a little bit more established before you tell people about that relationship, certain people about that relationship, especially people who are approaching you from a place of like, oh, well, what if they're cheating? What if this? What if that? What if it's not going to work out? You know, make sure you're feeling very grounded and rooted in your plans and what you're doing before you share your business with the wrong people. Make sure you are confident, grounded, and ready, like armed to the teeth with arguments to defend yourself when it comes to why you choose to do what you do. Now, you don't even have to defend yourself. You don't even have to explain yourself to anyone, really. But you definitely don't want to ruffle too many feathers at this time, especially with Ansus coming out here. There is a clear warning about speaking out of turn. It's just, you also want to safeguard things, you know. Make sure that all of your documents and things that you need are gathered up, you know. Before you take bold action. Like, for example, if you're planning a trip to another country, just make sure that first off, you have your passport, you have, you know, booked the hotel and everything already before you go around telling people this stuff, you know. If you're going through a divorce or separation or something like that, make sure you already have gathered up any evidence that you might need, got yourself organized, and actually started going through the process before you go around telling random people all your business. If you are moving, make sure that you are pretty decided on exactly how this move's going to go, where you're going to move, etc., before you go around sharing all your business. If you have received a job offer, make sure you signed the contract and, you know, you have your start date already. Make sure that you've collected everything that you need and gotten everything you need done before you go sharing with particular individuals who may give you a lot of pushback when it comes to what you're planning on doing. Like, oh, are you sure you want to move away from your family? Are you sure you want to, you know, divorce that person, marry that person? Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to travel to that country? Make sure you are feeling confident. All of the documents and everything that you need are already submitted. You're already well on your path before you go around sharing your goals, you know. Then we also have the rune Awaz coming out. Now, I already did the pick a card readings on my first channel, Lar Downs, and there in every single group for November 2024, they got Ansus, this rune. So this is just the rune of the times. And this is a very powerful, positive, or Awaz. Did I say Ansus? Awaz. this is a very powerful rune, that it's the rune of progress, and it shows that, situations in your life are going to be developing at rapid fire speed very shortly. So any delays, any perceived delays that you're going through right now are really going to take off and pick up. And then we have Berkana coming out in the inverted position in your reading, as well as your fourth and final rune. And this is the rune of birth, and it can kind of show, certain things not taking off necessarily. I don't know. I would just be careful, Aries, during this time. Just make sure that everyone in your life is on the same page as you and wanting to see the same growth, the same prosperity that you're wanting to see. This is a month where there could be some pushback from people, It's like, make sure, but here's the thing, it's not going to be a bad month as long as you're very confident in what you're doing. If you have any lingering doubts about what you're doing in life, or you're uncertain about certain things, I feel like the universe is really going to push up against those insecurities and irritate them. So, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's like, just make sure that you feel very comfortable and confident in what you're doing. And other people will respect you, If people are picking up that you have your own doubts and insecurities about a life path that you're wanting to take, and especially if they love you, they're going to really be like, well, are you sure about this? Is this what you want to do? So I don't know, I'm seeing some sort of energies there where people may be questioning you, but that doesn't have to be a bad thing. How willing are you to really stand your ground and create the life that you want for yourself? So we're going to do 8 cards today, 8 tarot cards from the Mystical Fairy deck. Is that what it's called? The Mystic Fairy Tarot. Okay, we have the 3 of Swords coming out as your first card. Oh my. So we are starting off this month with a bang, with some sort of ending. Closed doors, walking away. Some of you guys may be moving away from a certain location, creating more distance between certain people, or ending something in your life, quitting a job, something like that. 3 of Swords definitely shows an ending. Okay, this feels like, the energy around this feels like something that you're choosing to do. Like, this is what's best for me. There could also be someone extremely close to you that's going through some sort of ending here as well. Separation, divorce, move, etc. It's like this, it just, with the 3 of Swords, there is a level of clarity here. There's no more questioning. It's like, no, this is the best path forward. So it's actually a peaceful sort of ending. It's like, yes, this is right. Even though it may come with some mourning, some bittersweet energies, that it's the right decision to make. And then right next to that, we have the 6 of Wands in reverse. So the month of November is all about building up your new success story. It's all about, doing intuitively what feels right. Now, when this comes out in reverse, I'm feeling this sense of like people not understanding your next move or the decisions that you're making. And I just keep coming back to that feeling for you guys, Aries. You do not need to explain yourself to anyone. I can't say that enough. You do not need to explain yourself to anyone. If something feels right for you to do, keep doing that. And everyone doesn't have to understand. They don't know the full story. They don't understand where you're coming from. They haven't walked in your shoes. And so it can be a little bit tricky when from an outsider's perspective, from like a logistical standpoint, the decisions that you're making may not make that much sense. But if people were in your shoes and they felt what you're feeling in your heart, in your intuition, in your mind, in your soul, they would make the same exact choices that you're making. So it feels like you are making a choice that will lead you to massive amounts of success and happiness. But because it's in that beginner developmental stage, it's going to be met with a lot of pushback. And you know what? I have dealt with this personally. I'm not an Aries, but I've dealt with this personally. Anybody who starts businesses knows exactly what this feeling is. When you start your own business, people think you're crazy. Like, they literally think you're crazy. Like, when are you going to get a real job? When are you going to, quit doing that little thing and, really actually contribute to society? And they don't understand. They don't understand that, like, business owners literally have a million jobs. Like, I'm the CEO, I'm the janitor, I'm the accountant, I'm the bookkeeper, I'm the person doing the service, I am the website design, the marketing team, everything. Like, a million jobs. It's like a lifestyle. It's more than a job, it's a lifestyle. So many people don't understand that, moving quickly in certain relationships or releasing certain relationships that have been embedded in our lives, such as marriage partners or very long-term partners, or even family, things like that, and making the decision to walk away from certain individuals or even bring certain individuals into your life. People might not understand that. They might not understand, like, well, why are you doing that? Why don't you just sit and fight? Because they don't understand the full story, and it's not your job to convince the people around you. But I just want to let you know and validate you, because in these beginning stages, before you are outwardly successful, people judge. Okay. And I'm not trying to make this a bad reading at all. I'm just like, I feel like spirit, universe itself wants to validate what you're doing. Don't let outside influences change your mind or your opinion. And even like if nobody's saying anything mean, don't let your own internal voice in your head that has been conditioned by society to, have a certain level of normalcy or a certain way of doing things bully you either, Like, you are following your intuition, going after your success, and you're making the right choices. We have the Knave of Cups coming out in reverse. So this is a new emotional start that definitely needs some time to develop here. There could be children involved in your life for some of you, and worries about pushing them too far, or creating too much stress or change for them in a short amount of time. But at the same time, whatever your intuition is telling you to do here, you're trying to honor that and just make some transitions in your life that are easy for everyone involved. I think right now, it would be good to limit the amount of chaos outside of whatever changes are taking place in your life. Like if you're moving, if you're getting in or out of a relationship, starting a business, whatever. All of the things outside of that thing, just make sure that it's very status quo. So that way it's not like every single area of your life is going through chaos, conflict, and change right now. Keep yourself grounded through normalcy in other areas of your life. We have the Lovers coming out. Wow. Powerful, soulmate, kindred connections. Very beautiful. When you know. For some of you, this could be a relationship where you just know this is your person and you have no fears about moving quickly with them. For others of you, it's like, you may even be just knowing in your heart and soul that someone is not your person, or is not your friend, or is not for you. And so earlier on, like probably in October or previously, you may have separated from people like that. And you do it out of love for this Lover's energy. The soul family that is out there for you. For some of you, this person or these people may already be in your life. And for others of you, they're not currently in your life, but you can feel the people who aren't that for you, Love is guiding you at this time. Your heart and your intuition is guiding you at this time, and it may not make sense on the surface to some people, but you know what? That's your own business. It's not anyone else's business. Second row of cards out, we have the King of Pentacles, beautiful masculine energy. This could be earth signs as well, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Doesn't have to be though. There are people in your life who do get you, who do want to be with you or see you succeed long term. They want to spoil you, protect you, be there for you. There are individuals who fully view you as their soul family, as their person, their best friend, etc. You are not alone in this, and they're coming out right underneath this Three of Swords. So it's like through this separation, they empower you, or if it's their separation that they're going through, you empower them and you give them the strength to listen to their heart, soul, and intuition. So there's amazing influences in your life, especially older masculine energies here who get you, who understand you, and who send you so much love. We have the Knave of Swords upright, beautiful, playful, childlike energy, really excited for change here. And again, there may be worry, if you have children in your life, there may be worry about how they will handle things emotionally, like how, their emotions will be impacted by certain choices and changes that you have going on in your life. But with the Knave of Swords coming out, they're also excited, very excited about change, it's thrilling. And even if you don't have children in your life, it's like there's a lot of new energies that need your time and attention, like a child. Like, for example, if you're starting your own business this month, and that's the crazy thing that nobody understands, that's like a baby that you're nourishing and nurturing, and you're just so excited about, you're having all these ideas come in about like this could be like what this looks like and whatever. It doesn't have to be business, it doesn't even have to be a child, it could be anything new in your life that's developing. There is an excitement here with you, and so many ideas pouring into your mind about how this will look in the future. Emotionally, you may be wanting to give yourself and others space and time to really process things, but I feel like mentally you just want to jump right into it. So there could be a little bit of a like question in your mind about like, what's the timing? What does the timing look like for this? Like, because you really want to rush into something, but at the same time, you're like, emotionally, maybe that might not be the best idea. So it's kind of like finding a balance between those two feelings. We have the Emperor coming out in reverse. Okay. So this is a restrictive influence. And this is what I'm saying. Like, the Emperor in reverse is closed-minded. And we had all of those runes saying be very, very cautious and careful about what you communicate to who and when you communicate it, because I do feel some pushback and some negative energies coming from certain people who don't understand where you're coming from or why you are moving in the way that you're moving. So again, like it's just very important for you to strengthen your confidence in what you're doing and your decisions, and also like step into your own Emperor energy. Make sure that everything is grounded, well thought out, and, you know, pretty certainly going to happen before you go around sharing this with people who you may not be the closest to. Does that make sense? By all means, like, there are certainly people in your life who you can share what's going on the second it starts going on, but like, there are other people who, like family or something, you know, for some of you, where it's like, I don't know if I'm going to tell them right away what's going on in my life, because I want to make sure this is locked in and secure, because you already know that they're going to give you a lot of pushback. They're going to ask a lot of questions and, you know, maybe even criticize what you're doing. So you just want to make sure it's locked in and stable within yourself, because the more confident you feel in some big life changes or decisions that you're making, the less likely people are to question them. We have the Four of Swords coming out in reverse as your final card out. Try not to overdo it in the month of November. It feels like there's a lot of exciting developments going on, especially with Pluto moving into Aquarius. Massive turning of the page for so many people here. And yeah, I definitely feel like some rest and rejuvenation will be important in the midst of all this exciting, crazy stuff going on. You know, life will be moving a lot more rapidly in November. Even if in the beginning of November, it's like, oh, I don't know the timeline, I don't know when this and that's going to happen. I feel like it's really going to pick up pace, okay? There's going to be some very clear plans and timelines that develop for you, exciting changes developing for you. And it's just important in the midst of all of this to get the rest that you need and make sure you are continuing to process emotionally what's going on in your life, okay? Very exciting things. You're developing your success story right now, and, you know, that success may not be very apparent on the surface level for other people to see, but you know that the things that are developing in your life are extremely promising. The relationships in your life, the plans that you have for yourself, you know it's promising. So keep pushing towards it, Aries. Thank you so much for joining me. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this month ahead. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below. I'd love to hear your stories and what you psychically feel like is happening in November for you and for the collective. I love to hear that. Share your insights, and of course subscribe if you have not already. I'm going to be posting the weeklies pretty shortly for next week, and yeah, a lot of more exciting content, so subscribe for that. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I do offer month ahead readings there if you are interested. So if you want a personal reading, looking into your month ahead, that is on my website, and also other readings, you know, love readings, career readings, and they're guided by you. You ask your own questions, you know, you can share what's on your mind, and I'll do your reading like that, send it back to you within 7 days. No need to make an appointment. I have life coaching, shamanic life coaching, that is structured the same way. You send your questions, topics, concerns, everything. I do an hour-long video reading for you, send it back, and then we have daily email correspondence and repeat the whole process. So both of those are on my website alongside my intention oils, as well as my online tarot reading course. So if you want to read tarot at your own pace, go ahead and sign up for that. Lots of great video lessons and exercises and meditations and things like that there. So go ahead and check all of those things out. Thank you guys. Bye.